All right, everybody, hello, welcome back. MLE Freestyle Friday, week number 3, and we've got our last series for the evening coming at you just now. It is Champion League. What is it? Champion League, Puffins, and Shadow.
Shadow and Puffins.
Yep. So there we go. And this one should be pretty good. As we mentioned before the break, Shadow undefeated, 10-0 so far through the first 2 weeks. But if there's a team that can challenge the Shadow, it's going to be the Puffins.
Absolutely. I mean, the Puffins are 8-2, which is nothing to be ashamed of either. They won their first game in a 5-0 against the Lightning, and then played 3-2 against the Eclipse. So, I mean, they've had some challenge there to go through, but they've played really well. I think this is going to be just a tremendous match to end the night on.
Absolutely. Well, guys, before we do that, we do have a special treat for you, actually. We do have the winner of the Play of the Week from week number 2. Go ahead and check out this video, boys. It's pretty awesome. This up. This is going to be quite the show for them, and Henry almost putting that in. What a save from Magipod, though. But Henry gets over the defender, and he's going to score again. 6-0 for the Foxes.
And the ship is tilted. No doubt about that one. Comets are definitely feeling a little bit of tilt after that. And Monster Jammers, I did see that you got the reference. Nicely done. Save. That's a real nice save. The Bears able to clear their back line for the moment. How about a double? That's off the back.
Are you kidding me?
Down and super with a Play of the Week clip nominee. 1-0 demo.
Superman looking like Superman off the side wall. What a second touch. That was so good. And he goes bar down. Are you kidding me? Superman putting the demo in the lead. My goodness, great God Zeus absolutely should be thanking his lucky stars that ball did not go in the net. And what a shot from Scoobert. If you guys do not clip that for Play of the Week, then I don't think that we have anybody watching.
That was absurd. He's upside down when he does that flip. He just puts it right into the corner.
All right, guys. So there you have it. The winner of this week, Play of the Week, is Scoobert Dubert. What a beautiful, beautiful shot. I mean, that happened on my affiliate stream, and it was absolutely insane. I can't believe he even made that touch. So congratulations to Scoobert. You do get a case of balls shipped to your house. Congratulations. Please pick root beer. I guess that's the flavor of choice for tonight.
Root beer. Root beer's the choice. That's what we're going with.
So there you go.
I mean, orange is awesome too. Like, you can't really go wrong. Just pick one. It's going to be awesome.
But yeah, so as you saw at the end there, big thank you to Ace Pocket as well for editing that video. Awesome stuff from him. So anyway, that's enough delay. We are going to introduce the map of the series, Urban Central. Check out the video, and then we're getting directly into the match. All right, we are into game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Puffins and the Shadow Champions League. And Sniper, I got to tell you, I think this is the match I was looking forward to the most of the evening. We'll see if the Shadow can continue their dominance. But Based, he actually misses it, goes wide on the original shot.
Yeah, really good opportunity to start things off, and these guys are wasting no time feeling each other out. They want to score. Bays misses once, but not the second time. He finds the first blood of the night.
What a shot from Bays. I mean, that's perfect placement to get it by both defenders. That's far post. That's as far post as you can go. And he puts it home. to start the scoring for the Puffins. This is the exact start they need against this Shadow team. Now, Trent looking to get it past Thunder. That's actually a double commit. This could be another one right out in front. Baze puts it home, and the Puffins out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, this double commit, just the worst place to put yourself in. You have to be more communicative about where you and your teammate are going to be at any given time. But this is Thunder and Void's first pairing of the season, so mistakes like that are to be expected. Whereas on the other side, Trent and Baze played in their 5-0 win against the Lightning in Week 1, so we expect these guys to be on the same page and hooking up on those opportunities.
It's a pretty good point. Void and Thunder haven't yet been teammates in one of the weeks. And this is only week 3, so obviously still got some combinations to work out if you are the GMs. Puffins out to a wonderful start. Trent's got to be careful, though, as he puts that one towards mid, and Thunder's not going to make a mistake with that.
Yeah, I mean, missed clears are going to be one of the biggest things that you have to watch yourself for on the defensive side of the ball. And so when Trent plays this across his own net, softly and low, it's too clean an opportunity for a player of Thunder's quality to miss.
So 2-1 Puffins. Right now, minute and 10 seconds just about gone by. Game 1. Thunder already on the board. We knew he would be big in this series. He has been kind of the driving force for the Shadow, at least in the Champion League. Trent rotating back, trying to get it beyond Thunder. He will. Thunder always seems to be in that kind of threatening position to put you on the back foot. You don't want to mess around in front of your own goal when Thunder's on the field. He's a pretty accomplished ones player. Certainly you can see that in his gameplay as he tries to put that towards the goal. Trent, honestly, Sniper, I think that's where Thunder kind of excels, is in those 1v1 situations. He always seems to make the defenders kind of overthink their position, makes them pay for it. He's trying to put a ball on net there, but Baze will make the play. That ball's going to just roll away. But yeah, we'll see as Thunder is taking it from the sidewall now. Trent looking to make a touch. That's a double commit from the Puffins. That's okay. Player was on the rotate back, and this one's off the post. Close there. I think that's 2, though. 2 missed shots that Baze, I think, wants back.
Yeah, and you talk about Thunder's solo ability. In his Week 1 game where he played with Urinate, he scored 16 goals, and Urinate only totaled 4 assists on that. So that's 12 solo goals for Thunder. He is definitely a guy who likes to work on his own, but he's going to have to work with Void here in twos. You can't just solo everything. And I mean, you can get away with that when you're playing with someone of Urinate's quality, but you're not always going to have that. You have to be a team player to succeed here in MLB.
Yeah, and I wish that I could remember, because I definitely casted that series, the first series for the Shadow. I wish I could remember who they played. I'm sure somebody in chat will help me out in Week 1. But certainly Thunder was the driving force. That ball just played wide there. But you mentioned the Urinate. Solid defender and good teammate. But really, I also think it speaks to the quality from the Puffins as well. You can't expect to go one-on-one with either of these Puffins players, because they themselves will be able to punish you in that sort of scenario. As Thunder's going to try it here, and it's going to work. As soon as I say that, Thunder pulling out the ones.
Yep, and this is one's play all the way through. He dekes out, Bazed in the corner, and then gets the dribble started and jukes out Trent as well. He needed no help from Void there, and he's got them tied back up in this one.
Minute 10 to go, just about. So Trent will clear this one down. He's got Baze, but he just hits it a bit too far. Baze will go up for it. Can he get a double touch? It's going to come right out to Trent, and big save from Void to keep this a tie game with a minute to go. I think Trent might have wanted to place that a little bit better, but still Void having to make a huge save. Although we'll miss that touch. This is going to give Trent an opportunity to control this one and clear it away. That's a good touch. Try to get it over top of Thunder, but Thunder will push it to the corner. Based on net, and he scores.
Yeah, Based has been a little inaccurate tonight. He's missed a couple shots that seemed like they should have been better opportunities, but he's back to the way he started this thing. He's got to squeeze it through 2 defenders once more, and he once again finds exactly the right angle. If he'd gone for the back post, that one could have been saved by the defender cutting across, so coming near post makes that a much harder shot to defend.
Trent, what a clutch save right there on Thunder. As he's going to go up to try to touch this one. What a touch from Trent. And that's going to help the Puffins in the dying seconds.
I almost a little bit surprised that Trent even tries to touch this. It's so close. But if he doesn't touch that, that's actually off the side post there. And I think that's what the defender was looking for. I think he thought Trent was going to lay off of it.
Wow. So the Puffins taking it to the Shadow. With only 22 seconds to go, that one might even roll in as well, and Trent's gonna find a 5th for the Puffins.
Yeah, the Shadow look a little shocked right now. The Puffins, are not, record-wise, not exactly the team you'd think the Shadow would fear the most, but the Puffins have come out swinging, and the Trent-Based combo continues to just work really well for this team.
5-2, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, barring some kind of miraculous play with the last 10 seconds, the Shadow will drop game 1, and the Puffins will hand Shadow their first loss of MLE Season 8. Congratulations to the Puffins. And for the Shadow, I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried. They didn't look too sharp in this game 1.
Yeah, and I think part of that comes down to Void, who gets 0 assists and 0 shots. That was all the work of Thunder in his solo plays, and Void does pick up a pair of saves on that, but you can't just play one attacker, one defender. You have to be involved on both sides of the field. So until we start seeing Void more active on the offensive side, I think the Puffins will take advantage. But, I mean, at the same time, that's 6 consecutive wins now for Based and Trent. These guys are riding a huge wave of momentum.
Right.
And a series win here could, potentially put them on top of the Blue Conference.
Yeah, I certainly think, this is the series. I think whichever team wins this series, especially if it's a dominating performance, if a team wins 4-1 or 5-0, then honestly, I really, truly believe that team is probably the #1 team in Champion League in general. This is probably a matchup between 2 of the best in Champion League right now, as Based and Trent coming out swinging against Shadow, Thunder, and Void. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I didn't know if I would be able to say it, but honestly, it looks like the Shadow right now are playing in the shadows of the Puffins. As Trent tries to put that on goal. We are underway with game number 2. That one's going to careen towards the net, and it's going to find its way in. Good play there from the Shadow.
Such deft moves here from Void. He's got such a tight window to sneak this one through with both defenders cutting that across. But he navigates the traffic and sticks it in the back corner of the net. And that's a good piece of momentum for them to come off of that big loss and then come back out and score early. That means that they're still heads in this game. They're not ready to give it up before it's really even begun.
Yeah, and, it's kind of what you mentioned. Maybe Void was listening to the cast while we were out on break in between these games. Getting involved. Now Thunder makes both defenders miss. Is he going to find this one? He will. And there's the solo play yet again from Thunder.
Oh, we get 2 back-to-back dirty dribbles. Thunder jukes out the first defender and then a deft flick up and over the second one. This is Shadow ball all the way through. These guys are feeling good.
Does seem like Shadow are comprised of very solid ones players. Really able to make moves in tight quarters, get around defenders. We'll see if the Puffins have an answer for that. They're down 2 in this game number 2. But 4 minutes to go. They can certainly make a comeback in this one. But that ball is going to go back towards the Shadow net, just off the mark. Good pinch from Baze. That one's going to be popped up. Trent, good touch. No follow-up, though. Thunder will clear this one away. Trent popping it up. Can Baze make a play on this? He will challenge Void. This is going to give Thunder a chance to boom it back down. Now it's going to come off the back wall. Thunder looking to control it. Well, and honestly, I would have liked to see Thunder try to go up for that in that situation. That ball's going to bounce towards the mid, but again, Thunder definitely seems more comfortable when controlling the ball. I mean, he's definitely shown that he has aerial abilities and what have you. But when given the choice, it seems like Thunder is definitely more of a control player, and I think that's something the Puffins could take advantage of.
They could take advantage of it, but with the 2-goal lead, playing ball control, what a pass!
Oh.
Thunder to Void just off the post. You know, I think when you have that 2-goal lead, you can afford to be a little more slow-paced and in control of that ball. You don't want to risk any big mistakes, and that's what the Shadow are doing right now. They're not letting the Puffins really have good control of this ball, and it keeps them from creating offensive opportunities that the Shadow would have to worry about.
Now, let's see if the Puffins... Oh, great play from Baze. He just couldn't get it back over Thunder. If he would have touched that ball probably half a second earlier, that could have been a beautiful pass towards mid. As Thunder's going to flick that up. Bar down, but it stays out. Baze in such a bad spot, but he still makes the save. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened there with Void. I don't know if he meant to backflip, but it was saved by Baze, and now it's down to the other end. It will reset in the corner. Baze, no challenge from the Shadow as of right now. He's going to back pass it to Trent. Trent will have to play it off the wall. Man, the Puffins can't really seem to find the offense. They can't get any sustain in the Shadow end right now.
Yeah, the Puffins only 2 shots, 1 each right now, and it comes from that controlling pace of play that the Shadow are forcing them into. They come out to their 2-goal lead, and they're just not giving the Puffins time to touch that ball and really get in good control of it. And it's exactly what the Shadow want from this. Just take control. Trent, just off the corner. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. He's in a tough spot, loses the challenge.
Yeah, that's kind of a must score, I think, for Trent. You haven't found a lot of offense. Although here's another chance. It's going to pop up. Baze is there, but a good challenge from Thunder and a good save. Now he's taking it down. The Puffins haven't had a lot of offense. They just can't seem to score the big ones either, and they really need to get a goal on the board. Void has to make a play. We'll clear it out to the side. In the corner now, Trent, good touch. It's out for Baze. Baze, not the greatest touch towards the net, but Thunder returns with a unfortunate touch of his own, but Trent, Thunder towards mid. Trent back off the wall. There's Baze. Will put the shot towards the net. Void has to make the play. I think that was actually on goal, so good save from Void as he will charge back down. Only 25 seconds to go for the Puffins. Baze with the ball, trying to get around Thunder. That's a great touch. It's going to come right down, but Void is there to make the play. 15 seconds to go. Trent can't find it off the wall, and Void's going to put this towards the goal. Baze has to make a save. Won't find the touch, and I think that's going to do it for game number 2.
I mean, there's still time. You know, kickoff goals can only need to take about 3 seconds, but I don't think Thunder and Void are going to let the kickoffs be that wild. So probably a secure result here for the Shadow, and it's just been all ball control for them this whole time. The Puffins never get a chance to establish anything and really start a good offensive rotation. And it's because the Shadow are just controlling everything. They're grabbing all the boosts. They're getting to the ball first. They're slowing it down and controlling the pace of the game. And that's exactly what these two, really solid ones players want to do, is don't let the Puffins into a rhythm where they can out-rotate you, take the game on your terms, and beat them where you're good.
Yeah, and I think Void really stepped up in this game. You talked about him in the intermission between the first and second, where he was kind of in the shadows, if you will, for the Shadow. But he really stepped it up that time, obviously scoring 2 of the 3 goals. But we just called his name a lot more. He was definitely more active and willing on the pitch. And he's kind of settling in behind Thunder, certainly letting Thunder do his thing when when it comes down to it. But got to give credit to Void. He's really stepped it up. We'll see if he can continue that throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that jumps off the stat board at me is Void had 0 shots in the first game. He had 5 shots this time, actually taking more shots than Thunder did,
Right.
and as many shots as the entire Puffins roster. So, I mean, you can't really get too much more involved in a game than that, and it worked so spectacularly well for them. If the Shadow can keep this up, they could still come out of here with the kind of 4-1 win that they would like to see.
You're right. I think, honestly, at this point, I could really, really realistically see either team running the board with the rest of these games. I know that the Puffins couldn't find the back of the net. They had some great opportunities. If they can finish off or, just improve their finishing ability and put the ball in the net, I certainly think they could give the Shadow a run for their money. Potentially take the next 3. But we are tied 1-1. You can see on your screen. Void's going to put that towards the net. That's going to cause a double commit from the Puffins, but Thunder wasn't in the best position to foul that up, so no harm, no foul for the Puffins. That ball bouncing towards mid. Bazed is going to just try to clear this down, and we'll go right to Thunder. We'll boom it back. It's going to come filtering down off the back wall and staying up in the air for Void to take a play. Trent jumping over the demo, but gonna get challenged by Thunder almost immediately. That's a free one for the Shadow.
Yeah, Thunder just playing poacher here as Void kind of makes Trent lose control. Thunder sees the golden opportunity and just steals that away from Trent. That's really good teamwork from a team that you don't see interacting a lot with each other, going for that kind of 1-2 stuff. And so if the Shadow, with as good as they've been able to play in 1v1 mode, if they can also step that up and start getting more team play action going, this is one of the scariest teams in the league.
Yep, I think we're looking at the 2 scariest teams in the league right now, to be honest, Sniper. It just seems like the Puffins haven't found their rhythm yet in this. I know they took game 1, but I certainly think that the Puffins, if they can get it started again, Thunder's going to go over top of the defender yet again with the solo play to score that goal. But just to finish my point, I think if the Puffins stop giving Thunder so much space and start utilizing the rest of the pitch to make their passing plays, I really think that these players are both individually skilled enough to challenge this solo play from the Thunder, as that one's probably going to fall in. Yes, it will, from Trent.
Yep, and this is another case of a rotational mishap. Thunder was going for that side boost, and when Void doesn't get this contact, Thunder is so far away from the defensive play that even that slow lofted shot is going to get out of there. And you're right, it's really going to come down to not giving Thunder and Void the space that they want to work with that ball. If they've got room to dribble, they are going to beat you with that. You have to force them into other situations. And, oh, woo! Oh, that was almost disastrous for the Puffins. They got a very fortuitous bounce out of the net.
Yeah, I didn't think that with both of them taking the angles that they were, I didn't think there was any other possibility than the ball ending up in the back of their net, but somehow the Rocket League gods smiling upon the Puffins, keeping it out of the net for now. Baze does make the play. Good touch to keep that away from the dunk of Thunder. Now Trent one-on-one with Void. Void's gonna challenge that super early, and Trent's just gonna flick it in.
Yeah, Void actually in a lot of ways waited a really long time to go do anything about this and almost crashes into Thunder, and I think that's what causes him to miss that challenge there, is trying to avoid his teammate, throws his timing off a little bit there. And, for his part, Trent does a great job of managing that kind of chaotic situation and getting a good flick off.
Good pass right to Trent. Oh, it hit Baze. Nothing Baze could really do with that. I mean, you gotta have to throw your car out there to make that pass and then hope you don't get hit by the ball, but fortunately it did happen that time. Good thought, though, from the Puffins. We'll see if they can do it again. That ball's out towards mid, almost bouncing off a Void. Thunder will clear it away. He's going to get a second touch on it, but it's not the greatest one. It's going to go right down to Trent. Trent now up in the air. Will also get a second touch. This is going to be left for Baze. Baze gets challenged by Void. Baze winning both. That's going to bounce in front. Trent won't be able to even get the touch on it. Intimidated there by the defensive Thunder. Didn't want to lose the 50-50 and have the ball go the other way. And a good save from Trent. Now both defense stepping up to the plate, Sniper.
Yeah, the defensive play in this has been really solid for the most part. And Blaze doesn't care about your good defensive play. When you've got no momentum on the keeper, the answer is easy. Pick the corner, and he does exactly that. Void too far away to do anything about it. Puffins back in the lead for the first time since game 1.
No, I had such a sinking feeling when Baze went up for that shot. We had seen him miss a couple of those similar earlier. I thought that one was going to go off the post. He hit that one true. I mean, beautiful shot from Baze. Will put his team in the lead. That's going to go off the back wall. Can't find the touch. As now Void. Challenging Trent, but it will go all the way across the goal mouth. Bit of a mix-up there from the Puffins. This could be dangerous as Thunder's up high with the ball. He's trying to get the flick. I don't know, maybe he was trying for the pass, just overshot it and couldn't quite find Void. Void? What is happening to Void in the corner? Is he waiting or is he disconnected? Not entirely
Void's
sure.
looking at 250 ping right now, so I think he's definitely having some connection issues. And this is, yeah, now he's up to a second. I think Void's connection has died on him. And neither team seems to be pressing anything here, so maybe they're just going to play it out.
Well, I guess he's back now. It looked like the Puffins were, you know, kind of being good sports, realizing that he was lagging, or maybe there was some chat. I can't see the chat. But they just left the ball there, didn't press that advantage. So, you know, fair play to them. Good sportsmanship shown from the Puffins. I mean, either way you look at it, I think you're right in no matter what you decide to do there, but 5 seconds to go. Unfortunate that Void had those problems, but that will be the end of game 3. The Puffins taking the victory and the lead in the series. And I'm telling you, I really think the Puffins can challenge the Shadow. I hope Void can get his internet under control because I want to see the rest of the series.
Yeah, and it here in the players' chatter, it's nothing to do with the server. Void's just having some internet problems, and so I think, unfortunately, they're just going to have to play this out. You know, we're in the middle of the series, and you can't pull in a reserve once that series has started. So, yep, all 4 players have readied up, and it's unfortunate for Void, but you know, the Puffins doing a cool thing there by not pressing their man advantage, and hopefully Void's internet calms down and we can have a legitimate end to this series rather than the Puffins just playing Thunder 2v1.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, without Void on the field, Thunder has even more space.
Well, I mean, there is always that, but I think the connection and the passing between Bazed and Trent is going to be too strong for Thunder to deal with alone. You know, their series that they played against the Lightning in week 1, they had 9 total assists between them on about 23 goals. So they're just under 50% assisted scoring when they're on the field together. And that's really what you expect to see at the kind of Champions and Academy League level of MLE, is these teams working together, not just, you know, winning it in solo effort.
I think you are absolutely right. As Baze, oh no, he missed the shot. Unfortunate for him. He had a wide open net, a misplay by the Shadow defense. Baze couldn't get his team on the board early, so we'll see how this one plays out. But the Puffins do have a 2-1 series lead over top of the Shadow. And I'm telling you, Sniper, do you think we're going to see another Game 5 2-2?
I mean, as long as Void's internet behaves, I think the Shadow are never going to be out of this series. So it seems to be going okay now, and I think they have all the requisite skill to keep this competitive all the way through.
So now Void looking for the touch. Gets challenged there, and the Shadow are pressing the advantage now. do have the pressure, but Trent. Good play off the wall. Void. Push it back down. This Bazed will clear it into the corner. It's going to go all the way around. Thunder, and that's not the best touch. And that's just a bit high. I couldn't see who that was. But unfortunate again. The Puffins missed opportunity. And that ball's going to be boomed across the box by Thunder. You'd have to imagine right now, Sniper, this could be 2-0 Puffins.
It could be 2-0 Puffins, but I mean, if Thunder had taken a better passing angle there instead of trying to get the tight angle shot himself, it could also be 1-0 Shadow as well. So, I mean, these teams are very definitely now, finally, in Game 3, in that feeling out period that they just totally skipped in Games 1 and 2.
Yes, that we are. See, can they make the play in the corner? No, not going to happen. That ball is going to bounce out. Thunder will get the clear away. We are in Game 4, final series of the night of your Freestyle Friday here at MLE. We have seen quite fantastic series. I mean, there's really no other ways to describe it so far. We've seen two not best of fives, but 5-game series that both went into Game 5 with the teams tied 2-2. As Void's going to take a shot on net and he's going to score to start the scoring for Game 4.
Yep, and that's only the second shot of the game coming here in the 3rd minute of action. It tells you how much these two teams are respecting each other's space and really not trying to give anything up, is that they're not even really taking shots. Void finally gets one of the first really clean opportunities of this Game 4, and he puts it right on target like we would expect him to. He had an opportunity there, but begged off it, and I wonder if he's worried about watching it from his internet.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I wish we could go inside the comms of these teams, but fortunately we don't have access to that, so that would be a cool addition, I think.
It's probably for the best that we don't have. I got a little salty in comms a few times last season.
Yeah, I can understand that as well. But, you never know. I think the more information we can get out to the public, the better. Maybe Thunder is just laughing the entire time while playing. You know, Void is just telling joke after joke and Thunder can't stop laughing. You never know.
I mean, that's certainly possible.
Well, how are we going to find out if we don't get access to their comms?
I don't know, man.
One day. Anyway. Bazed. Getting taken out, but Trent trying the solo play. Can't get around Void. So far, man, very close. Game number 4. Not a whole lot happening. Both teams really respecting one another. You said it earlier. They're just opting to play super respectful Rocket League. Very defensive. Neither team pressing their advantage, but Shadow did break the defense of the Puffins. At least once in this game. That's a great pass. Baze can't find the shot. And Thunder gets the save. I don't know how that even hit Thunder. But Baze, oh man, so many plays from the Puffins. They just need to put one in the goal.
And I mean, right now we're only looking at about 1 shot per minute in this game. And, you know,
Oh, what?
Oh, Baze! Beaten over Thunder in the solo play. This is an incredible dunk right on the goal line and exactly what they need. He got about 4 touches there in the space of 2 seconds.
Playing hoops with those dunks, man. My goodness. I don't know if he tried to do that or if it just worked out that way, but Bazed. That was Bazed, right? Yeah, with the Dominus.
That was Bazed. Yep.
That
MLE.
Dominus. Big old Dominus. My goodness. As Thunder's going to try to clear this one away, and we are tied. Game 4, this could be the Puffins' opportunity to take this series. They're up 2-1. That's going to go on net, and it's going to find its way in. Trent putting his team on top with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, Trent has so much momentum here, and Baze does a great job of controlling this ball and keeping the momentum of it slow so that Thunder can't get the clear that he needs. Now the Puffins in the lead in the final seconds. They are feeling really good about this right now.
Bazed, great touch. Here comes Trent. Can he make it 3? Oh, just off the mark. Now you have to rotate back. You cannot get caught. overcommitting here. Now Thunder has the ball, not given any space by Trent. Good play, but they're both in the corner. This could be disastrous, but Trent makes the demo. That's a huge demo onto Thunder. Doesn't let him get the pass, but he has respawned. Will put the touch towards the goal, but that's going to do it. The Puffins will take the series against the Shadow. We have one more game, but what a victory from the Puffins.
Yeah, I mean, the Puffins, so tenuous looking through almost the entirety of this game, find just enough at the very end to come out on top. And I mean, it was really Baze just doing incredible work down there right in front of the net. First the dunk to tie them back up, and then the control he showed one-on-one versus Thunder to set Trent up for the go-ahead goal. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, this series is every bit what I was hoping for coming into it.
Yep, and the Shadow, as chat is unfortunately alluding to, the Shadow have lost their first series in MLE Season 8. But the Puffins, hey, the Puffins stay undefeated. See how long that will last for them. Congratulations to them, but the series is not over. We still have another game to play, and this is a very important game for the Shadow. I think this is a game you have to bounce back, and you need to take this from the Puffins, or honestly, I think you risk kind of falling down the leaderboard over time, because right now, you know, the Puffins have to be feeling good and going into next week after not dominating, but elevating yourself over the top team in the Champion League. I don't know if the Puffins are going to get stopped.
Yeah, I mean, if the Puffins don't win in Game 5 here, despite winning this series and being the undefeated team, they will still be behind the Shadow in overall games record. Because if the Shadow win this, they will be at 12-3, and the Puffins will be at 11-4. So the Puffins really need to win this 4-1, and when you strike first in game number 5, you set yourself up for that. Trent going big over Thunder, and Void just out of position to deal with it on the other end.
That he was. So the Puffins taking an early lead in this final game of the night here on MLE Freestyle Friday. That ball just off the mark. Almost found the back of the net. As Trent, can he get a similar goal? Almost. Oh, Baze just off the mark again. My goodness, Baze just has so many good touches. It just seems like he's cursed right now. Can't seem to find the net. And Trent has carried the ball down the field 3 times, and it's led to 3 scoring chances. Only 1 has gone in, but that's a good bump from Baze. Will keep the pressure, and Thunder returning the favor. As the ball now played down. Where was this from Trent earlier? I mean, he's just carrying the ball over top of the Shadow like it's no big deal right now.
I think the Puffins are just feeling a little more confident in themselves. Now that they've got the series win locked up, they're playing with more confidence, just going for some things that we didn't really see them going for, because they know the worst case scenario is that they get a slightly less impressive win when the win's already impressive. You beat a team who's undefeated in the league so far, and you took the whole series off them.
Good save from Baze, rotating back after that miscue in mid. We'll keep it a 1-0 game. He's going to go up for this. That's going to go just a bit wide. Trent was looking for a deflection. Did not find its way to him. Now Thunder towards the cage. Good save from Trent. Ball's going to get cleared away. Now Trent one more. That's off the sidewall. It's going to bounce right out in front for Baze, and he'll put that one home. What a bullet from Baze.
A bullet from Baze and a great pass from Trent. He aims this right into the corner there, where it's going to be a really difficult bounce to predict from the angle that Void sees it at. But Baze, because he's further away, has so much more time to react to it, figure out where Void is going to be defending it, and choose the right angle to shoot it at. A super well executed team play there, and exactly what we want. Trent up and over Void. What a dribble play right there. Smengwin's up 3-0.
Yeah, just using Void as a springboard was Trent right there. Similar to how his teammate Baze scored that dunk goal. I think it was also over top of Void. But Void just kind of getting bullied a bit in this one now. And that's a double touch from Trent, just a bit off the mark. Yeah, certainly seeing the Puffins play with that bit of swagger right now. They know that they have this series in the bag, as you said. They're looking to make it 4-1 final score, but Shadow are not out. Is Thunder okay?
His ping looks fine. He's moving again, so phased over Void to make it 4-0. And I mean, at this point, maybe Thunder's just feeling a little tilted. I mean, there's been nothing that him or Void have been able to do so far.
Well, I did read in chat a little while ago that his controller had died in the middle of, I think, game 2, and he had to use keyboard and mouse for the last half of the game. So possibly that happened again. I like to think he wasn't just tilted and sat in the corner there for a while, but you never know. If we could go into their comms, we could check that out, Sniper.
Well, if we could, but we can't, and I think that's probably for the best. Trent to Baze, Void with a good save there. I mean, I have to think that this scoreline probably going to hold, and you know, if the Puffins go 12-3, that does put them above the Shadow in the standings, and I mean, what a huge turn that would be for them to go from the 5th place team, you know, in the league, to then beating the #1 team and pulling ahead of them in the rankings. You know, however that ends up working out with the rest of the games this week, the Puffins are going to feel very accomplished this weekend, and very rightly so. They've played a tremendous match so far.
So, the Puffins look to take this game number 5. They already have the series victory. A bit anticlimactic game 5. Unfortunate technical problems for the Shadow, as Void will tack one on there, so that's good. They are back to within 4. It's not looking very good for this 5th game. I know that the Shadow have had their bit of miscues with the internet problem and Thunder fighting with his controller, what have you, throughout the night. But that really, I don't want to take anything away from the Puffins. They have played a fantastic series, proven why they can hang with a team at the caliber of the Shadow. Now Void wants to add on to that goal he scored just a couple seconds ago. 1:10 to go. Trent clearing that away. Void with the block in the corner now. It will be cleared away. And I realize that this may not be the strongest Shadow team that they can assemble. You said this is the first time Thunder and Void are playing together, while the Puffins have used, I believe this is their starting team of Bazed and Trent for this match. But still, the Puffins had to kind of combat diversity. No, they've had, why can't I think of the word?
Adversity.
Adversity. My goodness. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, I mean, they had to overcome some adversity in this series, and they responded well. They made all the adjustments they had to make, and it looks good for the Puffins moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, this Puffins roster really doesn't have, you know, any super bad showings. You know, the week 2 pairing of Shell and Trent did a pretty good job against the Eclipse, and you know, Bazed and Trent obviously playing really well together for their second time. We'll have to see how Shell and Bazed play together, and I'm sure we'll get that probably next week or in week 5. But they just seem like they're a really, really well put together team. They work together. They've got the solo skills to pull out when it's needed. And now they're going to be jumping over the Shadow in the standings, really establishing their place as one of the elite teams here in the Champions League.
Well, that will do it for this series. 4-1 final for the Puffins over top of the Shadow, handing the Shadow the first 4 map losses of the season. And hey, it was a great series all the way through. That 5th game kind of went a little out of control there, but you know, I mean, we couldn't have asked for any better series all the way through tonight. The first series going to game 5 2-2, the second series with the Hurricanes and the Dodgers coming down to the wire. I mean, really. And then this series between some of the best teams in the Champions League, we cannot ask for much more. But, Snipa, do you have anything you would like to say before we finish this one out?
You know, I think at the end of that one there, I think Thunder and Void were a little bit tilted. You know, once the series was lost, it didn't seem like they were putting their best foot forward there in Game 5. And that's really something that you have to fight against here in MLE, because, you know, if you're used to playing in a weekly tournament where you're in a best of series, you know, the idea of playing after you've already lost seems a little bit silly. But it's really the game score that matters, not your series record. And so you can't just give up because you've lost the series already. You have to keep fighting, because if they'd managed to take Game 5 there, they would still be beating the Puffins in overall record and thus be having a higher table position than them. So you can't let that, you know, kind of sadness of losing the series get you down and keep you from giving your all in Game 5.
Well, we will have to see as these teams move forward. That is the end of Week 3 for them. Not the end of Week 3 for us, however. We will be back tomorrow night for, what is it called now? What is Saturday called? It's, oh my goodness.
I can't ever remember these names.
Neither can I. I almost kept forgetting Freestyle Friday when we were starting. For some reason, I can remember so many other things about these games, but I can never remember what the days are called.
I'm gonna go with Sideshow Saturdays.
Sideshow.
Sounds silly.
Manatee in chat said Super Bowl Saturday. I mean, like, sure, Super Bowl Saturday.
That works for me.
We're gonna go with something Saturday on MLE tomorrow night. We will be back, same exact time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys come around and check that. And before we go, I do just want to remind you all of our sponsors with Balls. Crisp, cool, packaged. It's crisp, cool, and packed with caffeine. That's what I meant to say. Balls is fuel for fun and a replay sponsor for Season 8. So please go check them out on our website, mlesports.gg/recommends/balls, and get yourself some for future games. Hopefully you drink that before your MLE matches. It will make you, I don't know, make you energized, ready to go. I'm energized and ready to go up. Man, I could probably do another 2 series with how energized I am right now. But
I feel like my wife would be really upset if we just grabbed 2 more series to cast tonight.
Well, you know what? She'll get over it. It's fine.
Yeah, probably.
I could solo cast them. I did that earlier. Or we could do like in and out. Never mind. Who cares? Anyway, so thank you to Balls for their sponsorship and their support. And don't forget our friends at Power A. Power A is the sponsor for MLE this season and each night of the playoffs. So every night during the playoffs, they will be giving away one of their controllers, the wired enhanced controllers for Xbox or PC. Please do not miss that. If you are in Twitch chat during the playoffs, you will be eligible for that. And please do check out their products at mlesports.gg/recommends/PowerA. Thank you to them for supporting us. But guys, my name is Hunted. With me tonight, Snipa Gus and Snipa. I look forward to casting with you in the future, sir. You have anything you would like to say to these fine people?
It's been a great night. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, and we'll have some even more good Rocket League for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, guys, this is us signing off. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you again tomorrow night.